Mr. Hooper. Mr. Hooper's here, seated to my right.
Very good. And today is Friday, April 5th, 2024. Record will reflect that the victim advocate and representatives are present. We are here today for final pretrial. We've had several previous pretrials in this matter. The last few were on January 26th. At that time, a pretrial was held. Mr. Scott was the prosecutor that day. I was told discovery was complete, and that's the day that we talked about the defense's Mr. Edwards' habit of preparing a summary of discovery, and our next pretrial was on February 28th. At that time, again, Mr. Scott was here. I was told that the defense had made an offer, and we set a pretrial for March 25th. On March 25th, Mr. Grogan was present with Mr. Scott, and the defendant's offer was rejected by the state. And at that point, I was told that there was one piece of recording not yet turned over. Mr. Grogan didn't know why it hadn't been turned over. He didn't know if it was a video or an audio, but acknowledged that it was from the time of the offense. The court was displeased to hear that after representations that discovery had previously been completed. Where are we with discovery in this matter? Has that video recording been turned over?
Your Honor, it's my belief that the Sheriff's Department and the representatives from our office got together, made sure they went through everything. Everything is complete.
So was it a video or an audio recording?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
I believe the detective is present. She's nodding her head back there.
Let me, if I could, Your Honor.
Please.
It was an audio, Your Honor, of something that existed from the time of the alleged assault. It was turned over last year, but they thought that it hadn't been turned over, so it had been turned over.
So it was, in fact, previously turned over.
It had, yes.
Thank you, Detective Barber, for clarifying that for the court. Mr. Edwards, you acknowledge you've received that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you had previously received it then?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so discovery is complete then?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're here for final pretrial. Now that the discovery, everybody knows what the evidence is, what is the status of negotiations in this case?
Well, I will tell you that a offer was made to me. I don't know if it was the same one as the other. I have had time to discuss it with the victim. She says she's not interested in that offer. I need to probably go back to Mr. Grogan and discuss it with him.
Today's the final pretrial. Mr. Grogan knew that. He's not here.
Okay, well then, we are not going to accept that.
You need a recess. I'll give you some time to call him, but
No, I don't need a recess, Your Honor.
all right, so my understanding is that the offer is rejected. Is this the same offer that was previously made?
Your Honor, I don't believe it was. I believe it was, we actually, without receiving an offer, we actually came back with another offer. So that's where we are right now.
Okay, I understand, and of course, there's no right to an offer from the state, but is my understanding no offer has been made by the state?
No offer's been made. And, Your Honor, I know the court, particularly from a earlier discussion that we had this afternoon, that the court doesn't want to hear this, but I do believe that further discussions would be fruitful in this case. And it would be the position of the state to ask that the trial be moved and that we be given a bit more time to take a look at seeing if there is some resolution short of trial.
This case was indicted June 14th, 2023. It's overage by Supreme Court guidelines. The defendant and the victims deserve their day in court.
They were asked about a continuance and they're in agreement with the continuance. and they were told why the continuance was going to be asked for.
What's the defense's position with regard to, is this a joint request?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke to my client prior to entering the courtroom, and my client and I actually get along very well. I think we have a good rapport. He has no opposition to continuing to waive time. He would like to try to resolve this case.
Dean of the victim's position? Ladies, this is set for trial on April 23rd. You've been waiting a long time. I'm being told that you're okay with the continuance.
Yeah, we've had conversations with the victim in the case. And she understood the reasons for the continuance.
I frankly don't. This is a very old case. There's 16 counts. If there was gonna be negotiation, there was plenty of time for it. And then I'm being told there's more evidence, and then it turns out it's evidence that was already turned over. It frankly looks to me like folks haven't paid a lot of attention to what's going on in this matter, and that's concerning to me. But I want everyone to be duly prepared for trial on both sides. So I'm going to grant a brief continuance to May 21st. Does that work for you, Mr. Edwards?
Your Honor, unfortunately, it does not, no.
You're not going to get beyond May, so let's find a Tuesday in May that works for
Right,
you.
we have to move up. I apologize, but I'm going to just check here, Judge. Yeah, my concern, Judge, is I'm out from the 25th through the 30th. So if we could,
So what's wrong with the 21st then?
well, my only concern is if we can get it done that quickly.
How many days do you think this trial is?
Well, from the defense's side, we probably, I mean, I'm not sure we're gonna present any evidence whatsoever. I would just think that my concern would be that it could be a 3 or 4 day trial that puts me into the 25th, and I have a vacation where there's gonna be, things have been paid for.
I would agree that 4 days, there is no way for the state to judge how long it's going to take for a defendant's attorney to cross-examine.
How many witnesses do you have, Mr. Hall?
Your Honor, I'd have to count them here, but I've got just the videos in this. There's a 3-hour video that I know that we were just talking about. Your Honor, with what I see, with the 911 calls, with the law enforcement, and that's not to necessarily 8 at a minimum.
8 witnesses and a
And
3-hour video. It seems to me that could be accomplished within 4 days. So if you want the continuance, I'm gonna give you till May 21st. If you don't want it, then we'll leave the trial on April 23rd.
Yeah, and Judge, I apologize, I was actually looking at April, so yeah, I would be flying out on the 23rd, which would be Thursday
Of May or April.
of May.
So we got 2 days to get it done.
2 days, right?
May 14th.
May 14th, Your Honor?
Hearing no objections, I'm going to grant a continuance until Tuesday, May 14th at 8:30. We'll set an additional pretrial. Mr. Edwards, I have you up here on April 29th on the field matter at 2 o'clock, House 230.
Yes, sir, I'll be here. Well, I'll stay here, I should say.
Going to set final pretrial on Monday, April 29th, 2024, 2:30 p.m. Anything else today?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much. And you said
Parties what?
May 14th, correct?
May 14th, 8:30, there's a form that parties will execute.
May 14th, we have a final pretrial, April 29th, and then a jury trial set for May 14th. We'll keep negotiating, we'll keep talking. You might have to stand up. That's my fault. It's all right. Judge, thank you very much for granting the continuance.
That'll be all, thank you.
Huh?